So, what I'm going to tell you about tonight, I'm going to answer some of the most common questions I get asked from people. I'm going to talk about architecture, how about your professional knowledge can be combined with your pastime activity, how life, work, play can fit together. I'm going to explain how building with Lego bricks using a systematic, scientific architectural approach can profit Lego building, and inversely, how architecture can profit from seemingly childish play with little plastic bricks. So, why am I going to talk seriously about Lego? In a couple of years, there'll be more Lego minifigures on Earth than there will be people. Yeah, think about it. A lot of us actually have more Lego minifigures than real-life friends. Today in the world, there are over 700 billion Lego elements that we can step on. Or, if we build them all up, we would actually reach to the moon 18 times. So we better get prepared and accept that Lego will be an ever bigger part of our lives. So, of course, the next question I get asked a lot, how the hell do you get to work for Lego? Well, short answer, I applied. You want the longer one? Well, I spent my early years building cities out of Lego. My brother would put Christmas lights around them to try to light them up. I believe that what we do in our early age defines us later on. By the way, my brother went on to become an electrical engineer. So my interest in building then spurred my interest in building in general, that is architecture. That in turn spurred my interest in different places, different cities, which all culminated later with my PhD that explored the relationship between contemporary architectural expression and site. Site being the place where architecture is situated. So, over 20 years of formal education comes full circle, only that I can play with Lego. Again. So when Lego Group were looking for an architect, I had all the elements or pieces needed to have a crack at the position, so to speak. I had the professional knowledge as a practicing architect, practical knowledge. I had academic insight. I had, of course, skills and passion for building in Lego. And lastly, you need a little bit of luck as well. So everything fitted together perfectly for me. So think of Lego brick as an art medium, not only as a little plastic toy. It's like wood or marble for sculptures, only easier for beginners and much more acceptable for parents to trust their children with, rather than a chisel and a hammer to express themselves around the apartment. Yeah. So the next question I get asked a lot is, how do we design stuff we do in Lego? Do we just insert a picture of a building in a computer and then the computer does everything for us? We just follow the instructions? Well, just so you know, 2 Lego bricks, the regular 2x4 that we all knew, can be combined in 24 different ways. 3 of them can be combined in over 1,000 ways. Do you have a guess in how many ways we can combine these 6 little bricks? Actually, the number, which had to be calculated by the computers, because that's what they're for, not designing, but calculating, the number comes to 915 million combinations by just these 6 little bricks here of the same color. So, we have over 4,000 different bricks in the Lego portfolio. They can come in over 50 different colors. So, that's a lot of combinations. You know, one of those numbers we get in TED Talks a lot, usually the scientific ones, For example, an abstract number like the number of atoms and photons in the known universe. Well, that number is ridiculously low compared to what can be done with Lego. Well, and that also assures me that computers aren't up to the job of designing just yet. Well, on the picture on the left, you can see how a computer-designed product might look like. It's just a random picture of the internet. But for something that really touches us, we still need one of our greatest powers. That's the power of abstraction, which currently only people possess. Well, now you want to probably know how to apply architectural knowledge to Lego building. The original building, in this case, London's Big Ben, was subjected to a thorough architectural analysis of the compositional principles that lie underneath the superficial appearance of the building. That gave us a deeper understanding of the building, and these findings were later incorporated into the final Lego model. So, time to switch to real-world architecture and how can it profit from Lego. This small studio apartment, Anna and I designed back in 2006. It's how it was originally. You can see the the original design from the architects, which hardly does the job. It's basically an oversized kitchen with little else. The owners it's probably demanded of them that they sleep on the sofa. And it looks quite claustrophobic, right? So we proposed a playful solution that would provide everything an apartment would need. A proper kitchen, a proper living room, and a proper bedroom. They're all there, but just not at the same time. We devised a design that would enable the users to have 3 completely different environments depending on their need. Right now, you're looking at the configuration in its living room state. You see the glass block is serving as the coffee table. Now the same apartment in its kitchen configuration. Glass door open, they reveal the kitchen. The same table now serves as the dining area. Lastly, the place is converted into a bedroom. Glass walls close the kitchen. The table raises to the ceiling. A king-sized proper bed comes out of the wardrobe onto the sofas, and the whole space becomes a spacious bedroom. An architectural critic called it a Swiss knife apartment. That's a great name that me and Anna, my partner with whom we own an architectural firm, we adopted. And I'll talk about names a bit later on as well. As you can see, this apartment has a lot in common with a Lego brick. With a Lego set, actually. They're both made out of fixed elements which can be combined in many different ways. So, back to the seriously serious world of Lego architecture. This is the Imperial Hotel that stood in Tokyo in the 1920s. Its architect, Frank Lloyd Wright, prided himself on being the first foreign architect who got to work in Japan, who took off his hat to the Japanese and respected their aesthetic traditions. So in my design, of his design, I tried to respect his goals. I tried to accent the characteristics that make this building Japanese, like the overhanging perforated roof, the smooth balconies, various terraces. They're all emphasized in the Lego model to give it a distinct Japanese flavor. So in the next 2 examples, one from Lego and one from real life, I'm going to show you how apparent limitations or even seemingly fixed rules can be broken. In Lego Elements case, it's the orthogonal geometry that seems to allow building only with right angles and only adding elements one on top of the other, or as it's called, stacking. So how do you design something with Lego that has no straight lines at all? In this case, you're looking at the Marina Bay Sands complex in Singapore. We see that the design is really irregular. So I was faced with that challenge to transform its complex forms into a Lego model. As you can see, most of the elements of this Lego model aren't on the main perpendicular grid, but are rather rotated. And they're not being placed one on top of the other, but are being stacked from the side. So how does this apply to architecture then? The same apparent rigorous geometry is imposed by kitchen appliances, and the majority of kitchen designs follow strict perpendicular lines. This wasn't the case Anna and I, in an apartment that Anna and I designed in 2011. This apartment is called a DK apartment. It's actually a nice coincidence. DK also is an acronym for Denmark, which is now my home from home. And as you can see, all the appliances that were on a couple of pictures before are still here. So why is this important? Besides quality play, Lego has a role in inspiring children and helping them to develop skills they'll need later on in life, like creative thinking and out-of-the-box thinking. And so they may stand a chance to become more than, all in all, just another brick in the wall. So now you're looking at the final product. The reason that got me here, that I'm standing in front of you today, is that I'm one of the very few lucky individuals who has his name on a Lego box. And that's like in all the stores all around the world. So why is that? I think this might stem from the cult of personality that architects like to propagate, you know, as the sole creators of the architectural project. While in reality, an architectural project or a Lego product involves many people. It's a huge team effort. For example, in my work, I report to my creative lead. We work together with project managers, marketing managers, data managers, with building instructions developers, with tons of people. And that's before the first box is ever created in one of the factories in Denmark, Hungary, Czech Republic, Mexico, and soon in China as well. Lego Group now has almost 14,000 employees. And a product is a joint effort of so many people, not only doing their job, but believing in that product and striving to do a part, feeling proud to be a part of it. Perhaps our culture gives too much weight on the idea of the idea itself and tends to disregard all the hard work that needs to come into it for an idea to come into fruition, to come to life. So for an architectural model, the United Nations in New York seemed like a pretty good idea to me at the time. Perhaps later on the Secretary General could be seen with a Lego box, company could donate to noble causes. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one that came up with that idea in the company, but I guess the timing was right. So the design of Flagyl United Nations echoes the deceiving simplicity with which modern architecture is constructed. As you can see, in order to get the smooth outer surfaces that were required for the building, some of the elements had to be built upside down. Yeah, you'll just have to buy a box and see for yourself. So, fast forward. Now you can see the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, together with Kirk Christiansen, the former president of the Lego company, holding a Lego box, my Lego box. And as you can see, they're overjoyed by how perfectly designed it is. No, joking. The madam on the right, she was the CEO of the Lego Foundation. That's a foundation that's dedicated to creating a better future for children all over the world and to promote the value of play. So, in reality, I'm really proud to be working for a company that's dedicated to giving back to society in general, no matter where in the world. Yeah, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is a real fan. He finished an upscaled version of my design. By the way, now you can see what world leaders do in their working hours. No, but I'm being serious. Lego is a serious business. So how can Lego bricks serve as an architectural design tool, complementing the pencil and the computer? In this example, for a tower in Ljubljana, the Lego bricks of different colors represent various programs within the building. A more detailed cross-section made out of Lego plates can then show the intricate interrelationships between the voids and the solids in the model, while doing the rendering on the right side, then just a matter of drawing. And of course, you can sketch the final appearance of architecture in Lego bricks as well. On the right, you can see the finalized tower. So, easy as pie. Things in life can sometimes fit together perfectly, just like in Lego. In 2011, Anna and I were on our last trip before the end of the world as we know it. That's a song by some cool band. It was in Rome that we threw a coin into the Trevi fountain, that we decided how to name our baby boy that was to come a few months after. We decided to name him Rem, after Remus, one of the brothers in the Rome's foundation myth. That's also the name of Rem Koolhaas, a superstar Dutch architect who played a great role in our architectural thinking. Furthermore, our architectural firm is called RAAR, Ra Architecture, Ra standing for our initials, Rok and Anna. But Ra is also the Egyptian sun god. And out of the tears of the Egyptian sun god, Ra, the god Rem was born. So, and as Veronica and perhaps a lot of you can testify, a long-term relationship involves some tears as well. So, Rem means to weep, to cry. He did that too. And now, Rem has so much Lego, it makes me want to cry. So things can fit together perfectly. A year later, I got to design the Trevi fountain in Lego as well. But no matter how much you plan, things in life, just like in Lego, can come apart at an instant. I had a car accident last week while driving home from Denmark. I wasn't paying attention to the elements. Not the Lego elements, but the actual elements, the weather. And my car could have used winter tires already. By the way, do you know that Lego Group is the world's largest manufacturers of tires? Every Lego car has tires, and they're all made by Lego. So, to conclude, how to get stuff to fit, both in Lego and in life? Well, I'd say first, pay attention to the elements you take for granted. That's for sure. Next, don't wish for too many elements. You'll never be able to have them all. And finally, construct with elements you already have. you'll be surprised at what you can make. And you too can make a world a better place, a few pieces at a time. Thank you.